the brand new F1 Lite from xTool. So this video is all about this laser and just everything that you can do with it. So there are going to be some project ideas, different tips and tricks throughout, but really this is all about this brand new laser. Small laser, the F1 Lite, very similar to xTool's original F1. This is the F1 Ultra next to it, but everything you see here was made using this F1 Lite. So lots of possibilities in a smaller laser. There's way more that I'll show other applications of this at a great price point. So there are going to be tips throughout. There's also going to be some, maybe some juicy news as well. All kinds of good stuff throughout. Use the timestamps if you need. But here you go, checking out the F1 Lite. All right, so there will be projects, lots of projects just showing it, but it is a small portable laser. So just like the original F1, it's small, right? We can remove the plate, all of the specs. So I'm not going to take the time to go through all the specs on this. Use the link down below to check the full specs if you want to get all the, as my buddy Clack, my new buddy Clack says, all that nerdy stuff, all the details. I don't want to misspeak. So all the good new stuff here, but this is an awesome unit. What this is a 10-watt blue light laser. So the original F1 was a blue light and an IR. This is the 10-watt blue light, just the blue light, which is enough to do everything you see here. So there are still so many possibilities, and the price point is just so down because of that. And so really, it's a simple laser. It's pretty intuitive. You do not need a wood shop. You do not need a space like this. Take this machine, you can run it in your home, you can run it in an office, you can pump it out the window, you can use an air purifier. I'll show a couple of those throughout. This thing can also, my gosh, you can also take this off. You can put it up on the wall, right? I've done it on a bench. I can do weird shaped items. I know xTool on their website, they show it, going on a helmet, right? You can engrave just about everything. And so this is an amazing unit. There are some accessories and attachments that we'll take a look at, but let's just jump into a bunch of different projects. What are the things you can engrave? What are the things you can cut? All right, before we get into all the projects, I just want to show for all of you who are brand new how quick and easy this is. If you've already used the F1 or you know a lot about XDS, you can use those timestamps. But if you're brand new, this is the easiest machine to use. You connect it, and then you just go in the library and you pick your settings. So here's the black metal business card. I got a black metal business card there. In the past, you had to adjust and do all your own test files. You'll still do that from time to time. So now it's going to automatically give me my settings. So I have this little, geometric thing, and then I can click on this and it'll give me all of the different settings, all of the trials, and this works for all the different things. So on the F1 itself, we got two little lights, and there's just this knob right here on the side. And I just lower, I'm lowering the head until that red light and that blue light line up. And now it's focused. It's in focus. Now I can hit this right here. I'm going to hit framing. And now it's going to do a little blue rectangle. I can also do it as an outline so then I can see what I want. Safety. I don't have to wear glasses. This is here. I can vent it out with the fan. But watch how fast this is. So I'm going to stop framing. I'm going to click process. It's just on a scoring pass, so that's obviously a lot faster than engraving, but look how fast this is. All right, we're going to start it, and then you just push this button right here. Done. All right, and it can go even faster than that, obviously, with different settings. I didn't combine it all there, so it's that easy, right? You throw in a picture, you can engrave it, and then you can engrave just about anything. You can also do cutting. So it does come with this cutting plate. We'll show how to do some cutting, all that good stuff. And then this cool doohickey right here for repeatability. Lots of other things, but let's jump in to see some projects. All right, pulling out the stopwatch, the timer, just to show you how fast it is. Really, it's about 2 seconds, right? Obviously, we stopped it a little late, but it's that fast. Super fast for scoring. Like I mentioned, engraving takes a little bit longer, but overall, this machine just moves so fast because it's not a gantry going back and forth. It's just going lightning fast. And so if I use that little attachment, I can just do a quick double click and just keep reapplying the same file for repeatability. Now, obviously, you could make jigs for these, both for this, and I'll talk about the slide extension later. That is an option, but I do find just using this little right angle jig for repeatability works really fast. And so really the idea is you just double tap over and over. You can do, some really cool business cards with your QR code and all kinds of possibilities. Really, really cool. So here's that process. This is at my school for a STEM night, a STEAM night. This is with the original F1, but the same idea applies. And here I'm using a little attachment. You can add this attachment just to push the button here instead of up on top. It's kind of nice. It's kind of fun. It's just a fun thing to do. But once you have one done, then you double tap. And this actually works on all xTool machines. So if you want the same thing for repeatability, you just tap it twice. So whatever button, whether it's the P2, M1, or whatever, you just double tap to repeat the settings. Anyway, for the F1, this is crazy fast. There you can see you can do a family portrait, can do it on acrylic. Obviously, you can engrave wood. Lots to play around here. Coasters, cork. This is really fun. I've actually done quite a few cork projects. These are really fast, and actually I find myself just engraving these inside my home, or like these wooden coasters. I actually just did 400 of these for ornaments for my church, and I ran all of this inside the home just with an air purifier. So again, you don't need a space like this. Here's some just little wood discs for like, kind of challenge coins, but with wood. I can have them for like little encouragements, reminders, cool little thing. Of course, we can do all the keychains, all the possibilities. So this machine works great for wood. It also works really great for leather. This is a leather hat patch or clothing patch where there's the heat adhesive, and this, depending on your settings, it can remove silver. It can have a silver effect. There's some with gold or blue. So there's a lot of different products like this. Really cool. Great way to do, for a small business. Here's an air tag cover. So you can do personalization. There's a lot of sales tips here as well for batching out things for a company, as gifts. Groomsmen gifts, bridesmaids gifts, Father's Day. So there's a lot of sales potential here. These little things are bookmark covers, just with this kind of this PU leather. Anyway, lots of possibilities. Instead of bending those corners, you can just do it on leather. I love doing all kinds of leather applications. I've also used this machine to engrave real leather as well, but leather keychains or this kind of faux leather is a cool effect as well. Here is a passport cover. So this one has that same effect. It has the gold. Based on the settings, we can get the gold effect, and so some really cool products out there. So lots of potential for sales if you want to do that, or if you just want to do this as a hobby. It's great to have in any home. Here, just a journal. Quick little journals. You can change the settings for different colors, different effects. This is one of those little clip-ons that has the magnet. You can just clip on the back of your phone to have, credit cards and whatnot there. It's a little bit more cleaner, classier, just the black look. Watch bands. This one, just did a quick engraving here. Lots of other material. So be sure to check out the links. Use the link down below to check out this particular machine, the F1 Lite, and just see all the other materials that it talks about engraving. So many possibilities. This one right here is the photo paper. It's like that scratch art, that kids do, but it is insane, the level of detail. And so you can do some really, really cool stuff. And that's just the laser. It's just removing it. And so super fast, very fast to do this process. You could also apply that to a larger scale. We'll get to that in a second. Coasters. Coasters are a blast. Slate Coasters, and it's removing that top layer to have a cool effect. Here you can see I'm set up inside my home. The table. This is when you don't invert the settings. So one thing I do when I'm doing something black or dark, I always push the invert button, and then you get a different effect. Those are actually AI. I have a whole video just on the Slate Coasters using AI. Another thing about this laser is it's portable. Now this is the original F1, not the F1 Lite, but it's the same size. It can go to craft shows. It can go to craft fairs. You saw earlier, I took it to my school for a STEM night, a STEAM night, and just, a little case, set it up. It is very transportable. You can have a little desktop purifier like that one. I'll also show a bigger one a little bit later on. And you don't smell it. You can run it anywhere. As a woodworker, I love having this for branding. And so you can brand all of your work. So if you're a woodworker looking to, add a quick engraving or customize things, it's also, you're able to get really unique places. So here I'm doing the side of the cutting boards. I couldn't do that with a traditional laser, but this one, I'm able to do that. Now again, this particular one is the F1 original, not the F1 Lite, but the same thing would apply. This would absolutely work. I just didn't have a batch of cutting boards to engrave for this video. But here you can see how fast just the F1 alone can do some great engraving. And so if you are a woodworker or you know a woodworker, offer your services for branding, that's great. This works great for a lot of other medias as well, leather, ceramics, all the possibilities. But some really great results in wood. All right, so wood application, obviously, cutting boards, woodworker, amazing. Lots more projects, so many more possibilities. But right here, I really do want to emphasize why this specific tool is so awesome. Obviously, it's portable. You can go anywhere. You can travel, do all the things. But the savings, for less than the cost of an iPhone, you can have a laser in your home. You can take it to family's house. You can engrave just about anything at work, set up custom, engraving for coworkers. So many possibilities for this unit. And it's because they took the original, which is awesome, that you just saw, and you'll see, other applications. And there's not the IR, which is awesome, but you can still engrave all this stuff. You can still do so much cutting. We'll get to some more cutting, all kinds of cool stuff. So definitely check out the price. Check out the link down below. It is an amazing deal compared to any other laser out there on the market for a 10-watt blue diode laser with all the safety features, with XCS, the free intuitive software, all the cool things that you get from worldwide users, from xTool. So many advantages. We'll talk more. Anyway, lots of cool projects, more stuff, more ideas, tips, juicy news, free files. Stick with us. We got some more cool stuff. But yes, definitely check out the amazing deal. Something cool I haven't done too often is just taking out that bottom cover and engraving things on its side. So that's a possibility, but lots of possibilities. So here's the cutting plate. If you want to do any cutting, you just add that into place, and then those grooves will channel out any smoke. It'll be sucked out. Here I have the enclosure raised for you to see it a little bit better. But you can see how it's kind of going at an angle. One thing to note with this machine, it does cut at an angle, so it's not a perfect 90-degree angle, but it's not noticeable at all. So here I'm cutting multiple layers for ornaments, doing some multi-layer ornament designs. And so it works great in that portion, or you can add the slide extension. So this is the slide extension that was, used for the original F1. It works perfectly here as I'm using it on the F1 Lite. So now I can do 4 times longer, and I can just cut a longer piece. You can do word art, you can do multi-layer art pieces, lots of possibilities here, but you can cut and engrave with this slide extension. It's crazy easy to use. You just plug it in, a couple screws, and you're up and running in no time. So these are my layered art. You can add some paint, then you can just glue them together. You can also use double-sided adhesive. I have a lot of tips and tricks in all my different videos. Got 30-something project videos where you can just add layer after layer. You can really personalize it. So lots of possibilities here. But definitely, if you are new to lasers or you're not new to lasers, if you want to see a lot of tips, I got those in the other videos. Didn't do too many tips here, but you can check out these videos for some more tips, ideas, inspiration, but lots more details there on that process if you're curious about that. All right, also with the slide extension, you could do that acrylic, you could do the photo paper. Black acrylic really has a cool effect. Again, when I'm engraving something that's black, I always do invert the image, and you can really play around with these settings a lot more, brighten it up, but some real great possibilities here, whether it's family portraits or you want to do, other things, mountain ranges and whatnot. The photo paper here, we have, the Brooklyn Bridge, New York skyline, so you can do one of those long, or you can do the Last Supper. You can really play around and do all kinds of things. I've also seen folks do multiple panels and putting them all together. Here's a oversized slate coaster. You could do this like for charcuterie, or you could have art. Here's a cool wolf you can see there in the background. Or here we have the Seattle skyline, another possibility. All right. the Purifier. So this is the brand new AP2 Purifier. This thing is incredible. Now, obviously, I have the enclosure open, so it's not taking 100% of the fumes out. However, it really does illuminate all the fumes for cutting all the nasty stuff, so can't recommend that one enough. All right, a couple more things to engrave. You know, why not? You know, a big mallet. This is like the Thor mallet. Kind of played around with this a little bit. This is actually something from the xTool website. Cool little thing, but you can engrave anything, can really customize and have a lot of fun with it. These wallets, these metal wallets, I love. I did these last year, and I've actually been using my wallet every day for this last year, and it's held up really, really well. But super fun, lots of possibilities here. This video talks a little bit more about the settings and some of those other things like that that you can engrave. You could also use the rotary. So there's the RA2 Pro. This actually works with every xTool machine. This thing is so easy to use. Set it up in no time, and then you can do a full wrap on a tumbler if you want, or just right here, cleans up really nicely. So here are just some of the projects that you can do with the F1 Lite. There you can see that ornament on the end, the layered, little snow goggles. So many more things you can do. This was just about a day and a half of projects here and there. And again, all of these things you can just run in your home. Super fun. All right, some more tips. All right, in all of my videos, I have to give some tips on files. Real quick, I'm gonna start here with xTool. So xTool, they have Design Find, lots of different files already done here, all kinds of possibilities. They also have their new product, AI Make. And so this is awesome. I've used AI for a lot of different projects, but this is a really, really cool application for deep engravings or cool effects for if you want to do those coasters. Just so many possibilities. It's super easy to use. You can even do logos. I've done this with all kinds of things in all my videos. So definitely check this out in xTool. But the other one that I've been showing in all my videos is called Creative Fabrica. Now I purchase files from Etsy. However, the cost of one file on Etsy, if I buy just one, or here's an image or here's a font, that's $2 to $3, right? Sometimes it can be a lot more, it depends. And so for the cost of 2 files, you can get a subscription to Creative Fabrica. Now, why on earth would you do that? Well, they have awesome, awesome stuff. So I have a link down below, free 10 files for free. So in the video you watched, if you wanted to do a multi-layer, New York skyline, right? If you want to do a whole thing with this machine doing that, you could do that. Or here, this is where I got the Seattle. I just got the image, and then you can do other tools. Look at all the US skylines here. So this is a free file. You can get 10 of these files for free. Here's all kinds of other laser cutting. There's a ton, there's so much. There are so many files in here. Most of the files you would find on Etsy, you can find here. Well, the difference is this is just a subscription, right? And so if I sign up, I have unlimited downloads, and I get a commercial license. So if I use an image that I use for engraving, I don't have to pay an additional fee. And so amazing, awesome. Check it out. Link down below. Creative Fabrica, really, really cool. All right, a little bit more and some juicy news. All right, folks, that is the F1 Lite. All right, early on, I mentioned some juicy news, little bit of juicy news here. But first, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Lots of laser content in this last year, 24, made over 30 videos just for lasers. Tips and tricks, yes, some machine reviews, and applications of those machines. However, lots of projects and project ideas, so be sure to check out those other videos. But recently, I got to go to CES in Las Vegas. I'll have a video on that shortly. Awesome, amazing experience. And there, I got to meet with the CEO of xTool, Jason, learned so much about the vision, what's coming out. Biggest news is they're working on the US facility and working on getting some US customer support, which is amazing. I love xTool for a lot of reasons. I've chosen to work with them exclusively. Lots of other companies have reached out, try to get me to work with them, but I've just had such a great experience. They're innovative, right? And so they have over 700 folks working in R&D right now, close to 800 just coming out with new innovations, new products all the time. They're also really responsive to the users. So whether it's Facebook groups or their panels, they make adjustments to the software. The software is super easy. XCS, super intuitive. I have a lot in my other videos, but they're constantly coming out with new updates. So really responsive in that regard. Also, all of their attachments work on all the different machines. And so I love xTool, you know, for a lot of reasons. Yes, they do send me these machines in exchange for making videos and doing some other work. However, you know, I choose to work with them exclusively. And so this machine is awesome. This machine, I would say, is great. If you have no laser and you just want to add it like a wood shop, awesome. Ceramics or leather work and you want to do that, this is amazing. This is just like a family. Like this could just be in every home. And that really is the vision that Jason mentioned, is his goal is to have every home having tools to make and create. And so the other juicy news, this next year, they're going to come out with 6 to 7 new machines, right? This would be one of them. So that's why it's like 6.5. But some brand new machines, some brand new lasers, some brand new not lasers, and other ideas of some really cool things to make. So stay tuned for that. But I really love this laser. It's a great complement. If you already have a diode or a CO2, this is a great little unit for quick engraving. Awesome. If you want to learn more about the other lasers, you can check out this video, kind of comparing all of the lasers before this one was made, but give you an idea of the other lasers and possibilities. But this one I think is a must-have, great price. Check it out down below. Yes, this QR code here or down below, it's our affiliate link. That's how, you know, I make money to support my family, how we can make these videos. So if interested, please consider using that link, some extra savings by using that. Other tips and tricks if you want to know, hey, I saw those things that weighed it down. What are those called? Some of that stuff down below. You can check on the list. All right, well, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.